Back here, guys. Back here for 5.
It's work time.
Yo, back here for 5.
It's work time, y'all. It's work time. Ready for this? Y'all got your hot sauce? Y'all got your hot sauce? All right, beer.
Hi, I'm Kristal Hart, and we are in Times Square, New York City, where Errol Spence and Terence Crawford meet to announce their upcoming fight, which will be Saturday, July 29th. It is for the Undisputed Welterweight World Championship, and it will be at the T-Mobile Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it will be broadcast live on Showtime.
The super fight, the best, fighting the best, Errol Spence Jr. taking on Terence Bud Crawford. It is one of the most anticipated fights of this decade. It's a super fight, champion versus champion, both of them unbeaten. And the key is both fighters are in their prime. The winner not only making history as the first undisputed welterweight champion in this 4-belt era, but also walks away with the crown as boxing's pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. The fight is Saturday, July 29th, Showtime pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena in the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. It is one of those era-defining type fights. And I'm talking in the spirit of Ali Frazier, Leonard Duran, Hagler Hearns, and of course Mayweather Pacquiao. It will, without a doubt, enhance the legacy of these two elite world champions. But what does the victory on July 29th mean to you specifically, especially coming against Errol Spence Jr.?
Well, a victory July 29th for me means everything for me and my career to date. Being that a lot of people doubt me, and that's when I rise to the occasion, when I got all the odds stacked against me. Errol's a tremendous fighter. Like I told everybody before, I'm a fan, but it's just business. I know I can beat him. I feel I can beat him. I see myself beating him. I visualized it numerous times before. Fighting Sean Porter, I told him, I said, listen, they only want to gauge me for Errol. I knew this time would be here, and I'm ready, more than ready. So when that time comes, July 29th, and my hand is ready, rose, and I'm the new undisputed welterweight champion of the world, all I'm gonna say is I told you so. That's it.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't it your mother's birthday as well?
That's right.
Did you promise her something?
You know I ain't losing on my mama's birthday.
Errol, same question to you. What does it mean to be victorious on the 29th? But more importantly, what does it mean to get that victory over Terence Bud Crawford?
It means everything. I mean, I feel like I've done everything I said I was going to do. And now the only thing last thing to do is to beat Terence Crawford. Yeah, he's a great fighter, has great ability, great willpower. But he's a great man too, but I'm going to break him. And I'm going to show everybody why I am the best fighter in boxing, period. And show everybody why I am the #1 guy in boxing. Yeah, he's going to come and fight, but I'm going to break his will. I'm going to break him mentally, physically, and just show people why I am a great fighter. Despite what I've been to, the adversities and things like that, I always kept on the same path and to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. That's been a lifelong dream of mine. Been something I've been wanting for a long time, something I've been clamoring over. And regardless of any situation, I always stayed the course and knew that this fight was going to happen and that I will become victorious.
Errol, let me follow up on that. Because listening to Bud, he says, listen, you may talk about his resume, but he's been undisputed before. So this is nothing new to him. Therefore, he's coming in, already been there at the pinnacle. This is new to you. Your response to that?
I mean, that's cool, but I'm not the guy he fought to become undisputed. I'm not that guy. You know, I feel like that guy was not that good. You know, Regis started him in the first round too.
Two-time world champion.
Regis started him in the first round too, man. Like, who that guy beat to be a two-time world champion?
He beat 2 champions.
Who?
He beat Troy Noski and he beat Ricky Burns, which was a 3-time world champion.
Troy who? Come on now, man. Come on.
And I think he went to Russia and beat him. And I think he went to Scotland and beat him. Then
come on, man.
He tried to be great and come to Omaha and beat me. I don't think you fought nobody that was a 2-time world
When he
champion.
ever been tested, he got stopped.
I don't think you ever fought a champion that was two-weight divisions, right?
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
All the titles I took from the champion. So what you saying?
Okay.
Every title I took, Sean Porter,
He was
champion.
He was a
Took
one-time, one-weight champion.
It don't matter. I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Well, you got the
Like
opportunity
I
to
said,
take
you line
this.
them up, I'm going to knock them down every time. It don't matter what happens. Personal life, whatever. Hey, man, give me him. You sure you want him? Yeah, that's easy work. Get him out of there.
This ain't no easy work.
Hey, you want
over
him?
here.
Yeah. Oh, I know it's not easy work. I definitely know it's not easy work.
Okay.
I
Just making
definitely
sure.
know that.
Just
I
making
ain't
sure.
I ain't that naive. I'm realistic.
Okay.
I love this
I
because
respect
one of the things you made when we were in LA, Bud, you said, hey, look, this guy is so-called the big fish, but I'm gutting him on July 29th. Talk to us about that.
Well, you know, I like to go fishing. Everybody know those are my
Man,
hobbies.
that's cat. He not catching me with no fishing pole,
Hey, listen.
man. I'm the biggest. He can't catch me with no fishing pole. What it look like catching Moby Dick with a fucking fishing pole?
They all been caught before.
Man, not with no fishing pole.
Every last one of them. And
Not
July
with no fishing
29th,
pole.
he gonna be caught too. I got a big enough hook for him.
Alright.
And I'm already reeling them in.
Don't
July
even sound
29th,
good. Your ass
I'm
better have a submarine.
gonna put him on the bank. I'm gonna put him on the bank. I'm gonna gut him and I'm gonna fillet him.
You
Like
better
I
have a
said.
submarine.
All right, we gonna catch him. Well, matter of fact, we already caught him. We just reeling him in right now. And July 29th, that's when we gonna get him to the bank. Probably weigh him, you know, put him on a scale,
You ain't got a scale big.
chop his head off, cut him from, you know, the gut, the little butt up. You know what I mean? Take the little vice grips, pull the skin off, take the little knife.
It don't even sound good.
Let me ask you
It's
this,
good.
Bud. Let me ask you
Y'all
this,
like fish? How many of y'all like fish? I bet your pops like fish too. You like fish, don't you, pops? Come on, you can say you like fish. You know what I mean? Your son a big fish, so he love fish too. You know, so we gon' you know what I mean? We gon' give his pops a
Yeah,
piece of
hey,
fish
yeah.
too.
We Jamaican, man. We smoke bud.
Y'all,
You already know how that go. It's
Hey.
legal in Vegas too, so we gonna smoke your ass up.
hey, y'all do.
It's legal
Y'all
in
do
Vegas too, so
smoke
we gonna
bud.
smoke. We gonna roll you up and smoke you up too, man.
Hey,
Y'all get that new bud strand, man.
Hey, but you know the crazy part about it is, you know what I mean? Y'all do smoke bud in Jamaica. I forgot. But this
That
ain't
new
that.
bud
This
strain.
ain't no bud. This ain't no kind bud. You feel me? This ain't the bud that you just can buy on the streets. This
We ain't buying that on the
this
street.
that marinated bud that you hit one puff, you might be seeing stars like how high. Just know.
Terrence,
You know,
man,
He
let me ask
talking
you
about
this.
some whack. We don't do that.
You're victorious on the 29th. You will be
We don't smoke whack.
the
He
first
talking about.
first male to be undisputed in 2 different weight divisions.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
Well, it's gonna mean everything to me July 29th. And I can guarantee you, July 29th, you're gonna see a Terence Crawford that you have never seen before. Everybody always asking me, is this the best Terence Crawford? And I said, no, I got a lot to show. Errol may be that fighter to bring the best out of Terence Crawford. we shall see.
Errol, he said he's going to show on the 29th that this is the Bud Crawford era. What are you showing on the 29th?
Man, he can show what he want to show. You know, it might be his era after this fight. You know, after I beat him, you know, he might go on and, you know, win other titles and go up the weight class and win some more titles and, you know, do what he do. But he's not winning July 29th. So he gonna go and stop that nonsense.
What does it mean to you to be the first undisputed welterweight champion in this four-belt era?
It's great. I mean, it means everything. This is what, you know, we laced up the gloves for. This was, we used to watch, you know, as an amateur, you know, I used to always watch the old school fights and, you know, just glare them over and be like, man, one day I'm going to be in a fight like that. And I used to watch something called Legendary Nights. It's come on HBO where they're talking about Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns, not the fight, just the events that happened before the fight and showing the press conferences and the weigh-ins and showing the training camps and how it was. So, you know, I'm finally in the same scenario that the fights I used to watch back then. And it's just a great feeling, man, just to be in those shoes and, you know, seeing that and seeing everything come into existence and knowing that I can be the first ever undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And, you know, despite all the disses and the back and forth I go with Terence Crawford, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, there is a, you know, it is a respect there, you know, for him. But all that comes out the door once it's fight night and before the bell ring, but once the bell ring, the respect definitely goes out the door. And it's wartime. It's time to fight. It's time to put on not only a great show, but it's time to prove everybody why I am a dominating fighter.
Guys, I only really have one question for you. And this is for, obviously, the media here, people watching. Hell, they're streaming this in Times Square right now. So for all those people in New York City, all across the country, people spend their hard-earned money, pay this pay-per-view, come out to Las Vegas. Terence Bud Crawford, what can you guarantee they're going to get on July 29th? Because Errol Spence Jr. says he's breaking your will that night.
Well, that makes for a great fight. So July 29th, everybody, if you ain't got a ticket, if you didn't get a chance to get a flight to Vegas, buy the pay-per-view. You got two young, hungry lions going head-to-head for the throne. Errol Spence is a tremendous fighter. I'm a great fighter. He's accomplished a lot at the welterweight division. I accomplished a lot in the sport of boxing as a whole. This is a fight that everybody's been yearning for, and me and Errol coming together and making this fight for y'all, knowing the type of styles we both bring in to the table and the caliber of experience and technique that goes forth into training and coming to put on a great performance for you guys. He's going to bring it. I'm going to bring it. He's going to try to break my will like he said he is. I'm going to try to break his face. So that makes for a great, exciting fight. You know, he's always in exciting fights. Me, myself, I'm always in exciting fights. And the best man will win July 29th by the pay-per-view.
Let me cut to the chase. You've stopped everybody you faced at 147. Do you stop Errol Spence Jr. on July 29th?
If he get out of line, I swear to God, he gonna be the number 11.
Errol Spence Jr., same question. For all those people coming out to Vegas, buying the pay-per-view, this man says, you get out of line, he's stopping you. July 29th, what can you guarantee these folks are going to get on the 29th of July?
Well, he already know I'm getting out of line. I've been getting out of line my whole life, so so it is what it is.
I'm about to put you in your place.
Hey, you gonna have to try. You're gonna have to try. I guarantee you that. But like I say, man, y'all got to come out and support this fight. Either come to the fight or order the fight, man. We got to support these fighters out here. I'm going to tell y'all stories out at LA Fitness, and I was running. And then a guy had stopped me. He was like, man, I bought, your high-ass shirts. And, and he was just talking about how my shirts was high. And I was talking to him. We was just chopping it up. And I was like, that's crazy. You complain about my shirt. But, I'm sure if you go out, you go somewhere nice, you'll buy a Louis Vuitton shirt for $800, $1,000, and you never complain. And that same guy who owned Louis Vuitton and own these high-end fashion places wouldn't even give you the time of day or even talk to you like I'm talking to you, you know what I'm saying, right now. So, I mean, I'm just asking everybody to show some support and show people and show, the business boxing people and, everybody that, that it is a reward in taking risks. Just like how we go to these basketball games, football games, and pay $20,000 to sit front row and get these seats, and nobody's complaining. Support these fighters, man, because this is how they earn their living. They literally putting their life on line to give y'all a great show. They literally losing brain cells and could lose their life for y'all. So, what I'm saying, support us, please. Come out to the fight, watch the fight. Everybody talk about this fight. These are two great fighters fighting each other. We bringing it back. This has been a great year for boxing. And for me, this is the best fight in boxing, especially style-wise. So let's just everybody tune in, man. It's going to be a great showing by me. I'm sure he's going to put on a great show and try to put on a great performance. But like I said, I'm the biggest. He ain't catching me with no damn fishing pole. I'm flipping his whole boat. I'm sinking him. You better come with a submarine, the USR, China, everything. Because like I said, man, I'm the biggest shark. I'm Moby Dick. I'm the king. Ain't nobody stop me. Strap season, man down. Make sure y'all tune in. Y'all gonna see another great show and another performance.
I did catch that. You saying man down on the 29th?
Man down, strap. Man, I know the motto. Man down, strap season. Line them up. All that, man. Big fish. The biggest.
Fish fillet.
Hey, man.
Fish fillet.
Smoking on bud.
Fish fillet.
There you have it. It is July 29th. It is the
Put them in the dirt.
most anticipated fight of the year,
Dig
really of
out,
this
Greg.
decade. It is Errol Spence Jr., Terence Bud Crawford. Guys,
What do you make of Spence's body shots and his jab? That seems to be, two of the attributes people point out a lot why they think he can win the fight. What do you make of those attributes?
Well, they great attributes. He's a great body puncher. He got a great jab, one of the best jabs in boxing. For myself, I got one of the best jabs in boxing. I throw great body shots as well. So, like I said, that's going to make for an exciting fight. We got one fighter that's all people say is he's big, he's strong, he wears his fighters down, he goes to the body, he breaks them down, and you got another fighter where you say he can make adjustments on the fly, he's fast, he punch hard, he's elusive, he's smart. Who's going to win? That's why you tune in.
Terence, you're the air quotes B-side, but you're also the favorite. You don't often see that in a boxing. Do you feel like this is a time now where you can prove that you're not just a top fighter, but a draw financially? You're an A-side fighter and a marquee draw.
Of course, people know the real. You got a lot of people out there that say foolishness things because they don't know nothing about boxing or they just new to boxing, so they piggyback off of what somebody said that they feel and know what they talking about. So sometimes, they may say something and then it get a domino effect and get a lot of people to hop on the hype train. But for me, my objective is to keep doing what I'm doing, and it's a reason why the betting favorite is in my favor.
What do you think with fighters like this, the margin of talent is so thin? You guys are both excellent fighters, but you talk about breaking each other. What do you see in Errol Spence that makes you think you can break him?
Well, like I said, you know, he's training hard. I'm training hard. What do he see in me to make him feel as if he can break me? That's what I should ask him, you know, but we will find out July 29th.
What are the differences between you? Financially, mentally, physically?
It's going to be mentally. You know, the mentally toughest fighter, July 29th, is going to win.
Crawford, you already had 2 face-offs, obviously in LA, here in New York. What can you sense when you see him in his eyes? You know, at the end, you'll shake hands, but what can you sense when you're just staring straight in his eyes?
Well, really nothing. You know, he's ready just like he know I'm ready. That's why it's mutual respect, and we both know that this may be the toughest fight of both our career. You know, and that's why it's a mutual respect there. You know, but come fight night, we're gonna try to kill each other.
A lot of people say that you're
a 2-division world, undisputed world champion.
Oh man, I think about it all the time. You know, sometimes I try not to think about it because it's a lot on my brain. You know, but at the same time, this is what I signed up for, and this is my dreams. This is my goal. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all for. So July 29th, when my hand is rose, is job well done.
Terence, a lot of people say that
one of the biggest things in your career everybody talk about is your ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox. Predominantly, you switch to southpaw and you dominate your opponents. Once you fill them out, you start off orthodox. Him being a natural southpaw, how do you address this fight when it comes to that? Are you going to start off south orthodox?
I don't know. You know, Errol's a different fighter. I fight every fight different. You know, so come fight night, we'll see what I'm most comfortable at.
Now, when people say the southpaw, what gives you the advantage when you switch to southpaw? What is it about the southpaw stance that gives you such a big advantage?
It just depends on the fighter. You know, sometimes southpaw is not the advantage. Sometimes orthodox is. So we shall see.
Terence, can you mimic his style a little bit, or not really?
Not really. I mean, when you get into fights like this, and the guy with his caliber and, you know, just how he is and how he fights, you know, you're not going to find anybody who fights like him. You know, it's like finding somebody who fight like Tom Hearns or vice versa. So, you know, I feel like that's how greatness shows. And come fight night, of course, I'm not going to get anybody to mimic him, but, you know, I feel like that's when my greatness will come out, you know, and his greatness come out. We clash together and we put on a great show, and I feel like people going to talk about this fight 40, 50 years from now, and just like how we talk about Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns, people going to talk about this fight, and you're going to have little kids and little amateur kids watching this fight, like, man, I want to be in a fight like that. That's how I was when I was a kid, so hopefully we have the same people 40, 50 years from now. I'm an old man, they talking about they want to be like Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. They want to have a fight like that, and they want to get back to those type days.
So Terence, he was interested in a side bet, but he wouldn't give an absolute price. He left it up to you. Make a little side wager on the fight. You see Ryan and Tank do it, but they didn't actually do it. So you ready to set the price for this little side bet here?
We did have a side bet, but, you know, to be 100% honest, I gave him that when we was in negotiations to make the fight happen.
How much we talking here?
A lot more than our first bet.
What was the first bet?
Y'all know, y'all seen the video.
$1 million. $1 million. Okay, so this one's bigger than $1 million. The side bet you guys made in negotiations.
Nah, it wasn't no side bet negotiation. I'm saying to make the fight happen, I gave him a lot more than the side bet. So,
so will there be a side bet on top of the negotiations now?
No, because I gave him a lot more to make the fight happen.
I got you now.
Errol, you showed a lot of respect. Tell us about why.
Because, you know, he's a great fighter. And, you know, I feel like I'm just I'm the truth, so I feel like I'm a truthful guy. And, you know, it's no knock to me. If he's a great fighter, I'm going to call somebody a great fighter. And I'm not gonna diminish somebody and be like, man, you suck or you not good. Like, I'm gonna give you your credit when credit is due. So,
Errol, you talk about body shots. You were talking about breaking them down. You're one of the best body punchers in the sport. How important is that in this type of fight, fighting a smaller fighter, albeit all-time great fighter?
it's always, to me, it's always important breaking the body down and going to the body first, because I feel like, you know, you break the body down, you know, everything else will fall into place. So for me, that's always been my style to, you know, go to the body, then work the head. I mean, the head's a smaller target than the body.
Errol, do you feel as though Crawford has stopped everybody at welterweight, but do you feel like that's a little bit overblown? Because you keep telling them you haven't really fought anybody, so do you kind of take that with a grain of salt?
A little bit. I mean, yeah, he stopped everybody, but you know, I'm not those people that he stopped. I feel like I'm a way better caliber than the guys that he fought. So
I host the show with Chris Algieri. I host the show with Chris Algieri. A message to Chris.
Huh?
I have a message for Chris Algieri. I host the show with him.
Oh, yeah?
He said you're the Terminator.
I was telling Chris Algieri, what's up? Hope we doing well, man. He cooked good too, man. I wish I cooked like him.
Errol, are you gonna?
Nah, not at all, not at all. I feel like, you know, with social media and, you know, and everything that's going on, you know, you can promote yourself. You got too much stuff. TikTok, you got Instagram, YouTube, you got everything you can log on to promote yourself. It's really if you want to be, you know, that type of guy. So I'm not the guy to just be on YouTube and, you know, post stuff all the time. Once I fight, I'm gone. I'm disappear. I gotta go.
Black Uptown for the win. Black Uptown.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from Times Square in New York City on Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Once again, takes place Saturday, July 29th in Las Vegas, Nevada, and will be broadcast live on Showtime. Thanks for watching.